Alright, my friends. Today I'm going to be looking at some free VST pianos, okay? So I'm going to quickly show you on YouTube or on the Safari where the pianos I'm using. Firstly, I'm using I'll just get rid of the text. Firstly, I'm using Reaper. If you're on a PC, I'd recommend you download AZO for all if you don't have a sound card to replace the driver. I'm also using Decent Sampler, which is an incredibly easy download. There's no sign up or anything like that. There's no download installer. Decent Sampler uses Piano Book. You can search by Decent Sampler down here. It's amazing. I'm also we're going to listen to the Sonic Couture Hammersmith Free, which is an incredible piano, but it also requires the Contact 7 player, which is a free download as well, but both of them are a little bit annoying. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the last piano we're going to listen to is also the Sine Orchestral, which is also a free installer, and that comes with an incredible range of free instruments. Okay, my friends, so they're the pianos that we're going to listen to, and I'm not going to be overly scientific with this. We're just going to go in and we're going to listen to them. So I've tried my best to align their sounds so as they sound reasonably in line. The first one that we heard there was this is the Ratio from Sine, which is a model of a Steinway D, Model D. It's from Sunset Studios in LA. So this is has a little bit of panache. It's lovely. 3 velocity layers, and which means that it's quiet, medium, and then loud. So there's 3 velocity layers when you're playing it, which sometimes means it's not very quiet. Like when you hear it, you'll hear what I mean now in a minute. So that's beautiful piano. It's probably one of the ones that I use the most, the Sine Ratio. We're going to look at the Sine Felt now, which is called Spindle. They call this one Spindle. And again, this is beautiful sounding. Very nice. Very playable. Okay, we move on. The next one we're going to look at is probably one of the most amazing ones on here. It's the Sonic Couture Hammersmith Free. So it's a Hammersmith Grand. And this one is incredible. It's 4.8 gigabytes and has 21 samples for every single key. So the piano was recorded 21 times for every single key. So when I play it, every time I hit it at a different volume, for every 5 or 6 possible ways that I can hit it, there's 127 distinct volumes that I can play when using MIDI. And so there's 21 velocity layers. So there's about, for every 5 or 6 possible volumes I can hit, there's going to be a new sample. So this one is incredibly 2,000 samples, 4.8 gigabytes, 21 samples per key. So it's just so expressive. Probably my keyboard isn't good enough to have a cheap MIDI keyboard, you know. Let's try the old. sounding. Okay, I hope I didn't burn the ears off you there. Okay, that one's amazing. We'll talk about how easy they are to install in a minute. The next one I'm going to look at is the Decent Sampler. Now, the Decent Sampler is interesting because most of these are provided by just users who upload some sample libraries. So I'll go in and we'll listen to this Bechtstein upright. And the amazing thing about these libraries is that the amount of love that goes into them. Well, I'll just check the volume. So this one's a little bit quieter, so we'll just turn it up here. Sorry, my friends. Bleeding window. A little bit more. So it's because these aren't professional libraries, you have to work with them a little bit more to get them to be the way that, you know, to line. But once they're lovely. So they each have individual character. And one of the nice things about these pianos is that they're there's a lot of character to them. Like this is going to be some mother, you know. So that's very nice, but I'm going to show you how you use that differently in a minute, okay? We also have this one, it's called Legacy Night. This is another one from Piano Books. Actually, I've changed this one and it's this. So we just have a quick listen. You hear there's a bit of noise, but it's gorgeous sounding. Go down low. Ooh. Noise, but beautiful. So we can just show you how you do. You browse, you go to the file browser, and what you can do is you can show the samples, and then you can just drag them down and install them there. It's very easy. So we'll go in and we'll listen to a few other ones. There's this Boz Grand. Nice. That one doesn't work, so I'm not even going to play it. This Legacy Night one is interesting. It has this pad in the background. We might hear it coming out. Here it is. Nice enough. Now you can do various things with that pad. Okay. My favorite piano on it is this one here, the Mom's Baby Grand. Lovely. Now you might hear it's a bit muted, and I kind of like it though. But there's other versions of it in here. There's other, you know, some interesting things. One of the nice things I like doing with the Decent Sampler generally is what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll pick one of these presets because with a bit of the phase on it because it sounds cool. Maybe not that one. It's a bit too much. So maybe, yeah. And then what I might do is I'll mix it maybe with one of these other pianos. So what I could do maybe is I'll go into this Legacy Night one, I think, and I'll browse for one of the ones that are a little bit brighter. So maybe the King's Upright. I haven't heard that. So if we listen to it, actually that one's a little bit dull as well. So I might do is, I know that this one is nice and bright, it's tinky. Alright, and then we could add them together by just hitting play, record ready on both. And then you can adjust their levels, you know. So it's more that you want, the way you want it. So maybe on this one I could put in the beefy preset. I'll just try that one. And use this piano for a bit more brightness. There's one more piano I should show you. I don't think I've shown it to you yet. It's called, yeah, this one. This is lovely from Piano Book. And because these are homemade, the pianos are a little bit more beat up. And they're a little bit more personal. Beautiful. And we could put these two together maybe. So maybe get the weight of one, and maybe now I'll put in the, I'll go to this one now and I'll put in the other one, the one with a bit of phase on it. I quite like it. Beautiful. My friends, that is my roundup of free VST pianos. Okay, I hope the video was some use to you. It's all free. The Reaper is free, ASIO for All is free, Decent Sampler is free, Contact Player is free, Sine is free. Oh yeah, one last thing I'll tell you before we go is about how easy they are to install. The Sine player is probably one of the easiest ones, because when you download it, it actually comes with the libraries over here, and you can go to the store and you can find the free libraries, log in and just download them right from there. So that one's very easy to use because it's one download and it comes with everything. This one is quite complicated to install because you need to have the Contact Player, which requires its own installer and its own installer. You know, you have to have one of those things on the computer, and the Sonic Couture library, which requires its own installer as well, plus the library. So this one is hard to install, and it takes up a lot of space in your library, in your computer, but it's amazing sounding. So it's you know, it's hard to know how to move. The Decent Sampler, then, if we just close out this one, the Decent Sampler is, again, I thought very easy to install. You have to create an account, you log in, but once you install, you just install the executable file. There's not one of these, you know, installer things you have to install. And also when you go to the playbook, it's also very easy to use. You just you go to the playbook, you don't have to install anything. You just create an account, and then you can go into a library here, and if there's one available, you can just scroll down and you just hit download, and you can download it for the Contact library mostly, or the Decent Sampler. But what I found with the Contact library version is that many of them did not work in the Contact free version. It required the paid version of Contact, and I'm only learning piano, so I don't want to pay for things too much just yet. So I was just using the Decent Sampler, and so I was downloading them. Okay, my friends, that's it. I hope it was of some use to you, and I hope that you have a lot of fun yourselves learning piano. Okay, that's it, guys. Bye now.